Retinol is the it girl. She's that girl that doesn't want to be friends with everyone because she's a little, she's a little selective with whose skin she wants to play with and who she could trigger. But once you get to know her, once you master her, she will hide a dead body for you. If you've dabbled even in the slightest in the skincare community, you've definitely heard about the word retinol, and it's not going anywhere. Actually, it's here to stay, and for good reason. It's good for anti-aging, hyperpigmentation, and skin cell turnover to help your skin cells stay young and fresh. And who doesn't want to stay young forever? Shoot, I do. That's just how she works. So in this video, we're going to talk all things retinol. If you're wondering, I've been hearing about this ingredient. I don't know where to start. I just want to know how I can incorporate it in my skincare routine. I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60. I don't care how old you are. In this video, we're going to get into retinol. All of your questions will hopefully be answered in this video, and you're going to stick around and you're going to comment, because in my next video, I'm going to feature your question and I'll answer any questions you have about retinol. All right, well, let's get into it. I'm sure your first burning question is, where the hell do I start? I just don't know where to start. Just give me a guide. And the first thing you should know is that retinol belongs to the family of retinoids. And under the retinoids family is a lot of stuff. It's like the Addams family. There's so many different characters, but they all come from retinoids, okay? Really try to follow me here as I go along, because this could be really confusing because they're a wild bunch, okay? Retinol palmitate is the baby of the family. She's a newborn child, okay? She doesn't do much. She does have some function, but she doesn't do much, okay? A step up from that is retinol, which I'm sure you all know and love. She's kind of the middle child. She's before retinol palmitate, right? So she acts like the middle child. And then before her comes retinal or retinaldehyde. She's the second born. And you guys know the second borns? Oof, you know. And the first child, first daughter of the family is retinoic acid. And she has to be gotten from a doctor. She's exclusive. She doesn't hang out with everyone. You got to get her from a doctor, okay? You cannot get her from over the counter. She's not cheap and accessible. She is gotten just from a dermatologist, a professional. All of these babies have to be converted. They have to pretty much be converted with every step as they go up in that ladder before they can get to retinoic acid, before they can get to the big girl. So a lot of people, what they do is they try to go for retinoic acid. And retinoic acid, as much as she's that girl, she can be triggering to a lot of people's skin, especially if you're not used to it. She has her drawbacks, okay? And her drawbacks are she could be super drying, she could be irritating, especially when she's not, layered properly or used the right way. So you want to be careful with that girl, okay? Let her stay with your dermatologist. So what you're gonna do if you're new to retinol as a beginner is you're gonna start with the baby of the family. Like I said, she doesn't bite, she's a baby. She wants to be hugged on and loved on all the time, but she could be non-functional, unfortunately, especially if you have really deep problems and you need someone who can really give you like expert advice, like a big sister. So if you find that this one's not working, then I would move on to retinol. And retinol, she's a friendly bigger sister. And this one from L'Oreal is one that I really love. Like I said, she's a really good big sister. She has a lot more experience in life. She can teach you some stuff that you probably have questions about. She's really gentle on the skin and she's super functional. There's been a lot of people that have hung out with her and they've said that she has great benefits. And like I said, she's good at turning over your skin cells. She's good at increasing collagen levels in your skin so your skin doesn't start to sag and have fine lines and wrinkles. She's good at really preserving the skin cells. But she can only do so much, right? She's still kind of a baby, right? She's not quite an adult. She still has limited life experience, so she just might not be the girl for you. And if you find that she's just not the girl for you, there's nothing wrong with it. And you can now move on to the next step in the family line. And this one is retinaldehyde. She's nice. You can easily access her over the counter. She's not exclusive like her bigger sister, but this girl is she's expensive. I'll tell you that. She's expensive. There are some brands like The Ordinary that has her for a bit of an affordable price, but I found that the one that I really like, the one that she's my go-to girl, especially when I can have access to her bigger sister, retinoic acid. I find that this one from Murad is really great. It is encapsulated, meaning she actually doesn't expose herself or, really give you all those benefits until she gets to the deep layer of your skin. She is protected until she gets to where she needs to be working, like those dark spots and those wrinkled areas, the fine lines or hyperpigmented areas. She doesn't expose herself until she gets there, and she does the job. So she's expensive. I'm not gonna lie, she's pricey. You definitely have to, save up some coins for her, but she's that girl. I mean, my fiance uses it, and he has said so many good things about her. She's such a sweet girl. She just doesn't love to be bothered. Just buy her, and she'll show you how good she is. But really good one. The Ordinary also makes an affordable one. If you want to check that one out, that's also another one that I've seen really great reviews about. So if you're in a budget and you're like, you know what, I don't really want the exclusive, I don't have time for the exclusive and the elite, than The Ordinary. You know, The Ordinary is for the girls, okay? She just gets us. And that's for my mid girlies. That's for if you're not really wanting to jump into pro level, but if you're ready to go and dive into the deep end, then adapalene is a great option for you. Adapalene actually used to be prescription only up until I think a few years ago, the FDA made it to be over the counter. So imagine if she used to be that girl. Now she really is that girl, because she's really for every girl now. So you can access her over the counter. She, again, is for the pro level. If you've never messed with retinol, I would not advise. And if you are a beginner and you kind of want to dive into deep end, then I would patch test her first. I would not just use her over my face. I would definitely patch test her and see how she's working on the skin. But definitely a great product, and a lot of people have seen pleasant results with it. But of course, if you feel like you just want to mess with the big girls, then go to your doctor and get your prescription grade tretinoin. But again, make sure that you patch test and your skin can handle the big girls. So how do you use this retinol? You're gonna use a pea-sized amount, literally about this much, and then you're gonna put that all over your face, and then you're gonna really work it in, because you really want this girl going, you know, like you're friends with her now, you know, she doesn't bite. You're gonna really want to work her into your skin, really get her in there and let her do the job. Remember, I told you she will work, especially if you get this one, she's gonna work where she needs to do the job. So don't be afraid of her. She feels really good on the skin too. She's very, very soothing. I just love how she feels on me. I just love it. And she smells amazing. So this is one that you really just, I mean, all retinols really get in there and make sure that you're using all over your skin. But you also want to be consistent with her. You don't want to use her every day, especially if you have sensitive skin. Maybe 2 to 3 times a week. You could rotate and see how your skin feels, and maybe you could up it or reduce it, really up to how your skin feels. But you definitely must be consistent with it to see results. You can use her anytime, morning and nighttime. I know there's a lot of people who have said do not use retinol in the morning time because it could be photosensitive. And as much as that could be true, you can definitely work around that by making sure to use an SPF over it in the morning when you go outside, so your skin isn't exposed to all those free radicals. Another trick about this family is they love to be layered, especially if you're sensitive and can't hang with them. Like I told you, they're a very wild bunch. So they know how to poke you in the wrong places. So make sure you layer them, especially if you're new to it. Make sure you put your moisturizer and then follow up with them, because again, once you get to know them, they're chill. You could be besties, but in the beginning, you definitely want to layer them. Put a clean, even layer on your skin with your moisturizer with a different serum, and then apply another serum on top to kind of sandwich them in there so your skin isn't triggered by them. And then super important, try not to exfoliate your skin when you use your retinols, because when you exfoliate your skin becomes a little bit more sensitized, and then adding on a retinol, which already could be sensitizing, is just a double whammy. So you definitely want to make sure that on the days that you're not using the retinol, then you could exfoliate. Retinol comes from a good family, right? As much as she's the Beyonce of the family, she is part of a huge family, and it's important that you know the family to know which one to use or which one to hang out with or which sister you could be besties with, right? So I hope this video has helped you realize that retinol is not the enemy. You're just probably not using the right sister or hanging out with the right sister. Like I told you, a wild bunch deserves a good deep dive. And if you found this video valuable and she helped you make a better decision about your retinol choices, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and comment what you think about this family. Would you be joining this family and hanging out with this family? Or are you like, you know what? I think I'll pass on this family. Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to know about other ingredients that could also work just like retinol, but in a different way, check out this video right here, and you'll probably find an ingredient you might like better than retinol. So come hang out with me over there.